Welcome back once again to howtocookgreatfood.com. If you have not already, please click that button, join the family and subscribe to our channel. On the menu today, and as you can see right here, I've just this moment finished this, we're making a beautiful lamb fry. Fantastic Indian spices in there. Lots of chili, there's plenty of chili in there, there's lots of kick in that one. We're going to double cook this, meaning what we're going to do, because of the nature of lamb and beef and such like, we need to get that nice and tender before we actually fry it. So we're going to cook it with some beautiful spices, get some water in it, reduce it down, make sure it's tender, then we're going to give it a quick fry in the pan with some chilies, garlic, ginger, curry leaves. Absolutely wonderful. Enough talking, let's go and do it. Okay, let's get started on this. So I've got a nice pan here. I've got some oil in there. Today I'm using some sunflower oil, but go ahead and use any oil that you like. I'm heating that up and I'm going to put in some whole garam masala. Today I'm just using some green cardamom and some cumin seeds. So let's pop them in. Again, if you wanted, you could add something else, some bay leaves, some fennel seeds, some black cardamom, cloves, cinnamon. Go wherever you want with this. I'm just going with these two today. We just want to kind of infuse them in that oil. They'll give it a lovely flavour and a great start to what we're doing. Now, as I said earlier, we're going to double cook this. So what we're going to do now is we're going to flavour and get our lamb really nice and tender and reduce it down. We're going to add some water to this and kind of cook it so it gets nice and soft. Then we're going to reduce it down. Then we're going to refry it again. Just at the end, just for a couple of minutes, I find makes a big difference. Okay, they're doing great. What we're going to do now is add some onions. Some garlic ginger paste, which is a 50-50 mix of finely minced garlic and ginger. Touch of salt. Then we're going to go in with our lamb. Now, I've got a couple of small bones in there, some kind of rib bones. You don't want really big fat bones in there for this, really. You can if you like, but I don't really like that. And if you've got a touch of fat like I have, no problem. This doesn't have to be really, really super lean. So simply, we're going to just stir fry this round on a kind of medium to high heat. Just give it a couple of minutes just to kind of brown it slightly. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Okay, so of course, nowhere near cooked, obviously. Just starting to kind of brown that a little bit there, as you can see. Now I'm going to add just a few powders. I've got a little bit here of tiny amount of turmeric, little tiny touch of chili powder, and then a good amount of coriander powder. They're the powders that we're using today for this. And like I said, this is a chili fry, and you haven't seen any chilies yet because we're actually just flavouring this meat now. There's a touch of chili powder there, but and then at the end, once it's done, we're going to refry it with some fresh chilies, coriander or cilantro, a bit more garlic and ginger, a few more onions, cut differently as well, and some curry leaves. Then we've got ourselves a really beautiful fry. Okay, that's looking wonderful. Now we're going to add some water. Now if we were making, excuse me, if we were making a chicken fry, which I'm actually going to do later in the next few days, we wouldn't have to go through this process. What we're doing now is making sure that our meat, this lamb, is really, really tender. So we've got some beautiful seasoning going on there. We need to bring that to a boil. Once it gets to a boiling stage, we then are going to simmer it but on a rolling boil, not too much of a simmer, keep it rolling. And I reckon this is going to go for about 30 minutes now at that stage. Then we'll come back and take a look. I'm going to pop a lid on this now. If it reduces down the water and you still feel that the meat's a bit tough, just add a little bit more water. But you know, just covering it like that is probably going to be fine for me. So I'll be back here 30 minutes. Give it a stir every now and then. I've just popped back halfway through now. So we're getting about 15 minutes or so. As you can see, that meat's starting to kind of tighten up, but it's still a bit tough. Now you can use any type of lamb or mutton here. It could be a stewing one. Don't worry about that because this process is going to tender it really nicely. And also you could, if you wanted, use your pressure cooker to save a bit of time. That would work for sure. So yeah, I just thought I'd pop back and just show you that there. It's going to reduce down somewhat, and then we're ready to kind of get on to the next step. So give me another 15 minutes or so. Okay, let's turn the heat off. Let's jump inside and take a look. Get some of this steam out for you there. And there you go, as you can see, that's really cooked right down. And we've got a nice tender lamb now. Well, at least I have, depending on the cut that you've used. But that's really nicely cooked. That is delicious, exactly like that. You can eat that straight away, it's beautiful. What we are going to do now is we're going to, like I say, give this a double cook. So I'm going to just remove this into a separate bowl. Then I'll be back to show you the next stage. Okay, there you go. As you can see, I've just separated that out. Just put it to one side. Now, I've just added a little bit of more oil, just a touch more oil to this pan. And as you can see, I've not cleaned this. This has got some lovely flavours in there. I don't want to wash it all off, waste. Absolutely wonderful flavours going on there. What we're going to do, we're going to start off with some more onion, a little bit of onion. If you can get them, some fresh curry leaves. And note as well, I've cut the onions like that in a kind of more julienne way. I just find that a little bit better. I'm going to go in with some more garlic ginger paste, a decent size teaspoon. A little bit more salt. If you wanted, you could add some more cumin seeds or other spices. I don't think we need that personally. I'm really happy with what we've got in the lamb already. Now we're going to add our chilli. And again, note, I've split these down the middle. Do a little bit of a signature of this dish, of course. Chop them if you want. Now we're going to go back in with our lamb. And on a high heat, let's just throw this around in the pan for about 2 minutes. Okay, off goes the heat. I'm now going to finish this off with some fresh coriander or cilantro, whatever you may call that. And for me, I've got a really lovely lamb fry. I love this. Several ways of doing it. This is the way we're doing it today. I prefer this method. Absolutely delicious. You can just grab hold of that now with some chapati or with some other, naan or something like that, paratha, and eat away. Really, really delicious. Check that for salt and how you like. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. That always really helps us out if you click that button. There's loads going on the Facebook and all other social media. I don't really know too much about that, to be honest. This is my job. This is what I'm doing. That's it. Lots of love. Just one more thing, guys. I forgot to tell you this. I often like to put a little bit of lemon juice on that, Just a little squeeze. I mean, that's just my preference. Give that a go.